and you can also call it as a IVR system. All right, so let's get started. These are sessions that there are a lot of amazing speakers in today's whole day event. Okay. So this is the agenda for this session. So I'll take a few minutes to introduce myself, and then we'll go. We'll deep dive into the IVS system, and then we'll generally, gradually we'll move towards the Copilot telephony system. All right. So as you know, my name is Palash Roy, and then I have around 17 years of experience with 15 years in Dynamics CRM. I started with Dynamics 4.0 in the year 2011, and then still going on. Right now, I'm working as a solution architect in Total EV Solutions. I'm also a Microsoft certified trainer, and majorly I focus these modules like sales, customer service, field service, marketing, and the contact center. All right, so I have worked in majorly, I have worked in a few organizations. Like currently I'm working in Total EVs like for the past 5 years. I also worked in ACL and also worked in Cognizant. All right, so quite a long time. Cognizant, it was 5 years. ACL, it was 4 years. Right now, I'm handling few areas in my company. All right, so it's like delivery, and also I'm also engaged into the pre-sales stage, and also do conduct training of the clients, and internal trainings are also there. All right, so apart from that, I have some other interest. This is, everybody has some other interest. And not to mention, I also like the sports like cricket, football, like other like boxing and judo. Those things I also like to do. If you want to connect with me, you can connect to this URL, which is in your screen, through LinkedIn, and also you can drop the email. You have my phone numbers. There's a Singapore and India phone numbers are there. All right. Let's move to the IVR. So what is IVR? So it's basically interactive voice response systems. In our earlier days, we used to think, what is, how we can actually build our IVR system, right? It's really nice that we used to work with some of the legacy IVR systems like Cisco and other systems. So now this whole IVR is basically now you'll be able to work directly from the Power Platform system. So how the IVR, what is IVR is basically interactive voice response system, where you can press 1, press 2 for the menus and go back to the previous menus. And there is internally it also use the touch tone keypad, like touch. Is basically a dual tone, a multi-frequency, which captures all your responses, whenever you respond to any of the questions or press a button from your mobile. So this whole IVR, it also, what are the use cases? For example, like you can, there will be like a customer support, a customer cares. Not necessarily it can be a voice, it can also be a chatbot kind of, where you can talk to an agent at some point of time whenever you need to, right? But you can design your flow in such a way that you can get a lot of automated response on it all. So this is where the IVR is. Let's go to the problem with the traditional systems. So what problems that we normally face in the traditional IVR system? So it is basically kind of rigid menus, because those are most of the traditional systems are like hardware based. They are not user friendly. There are a lot of lack of personalization. Waiting time is too long. They keep on waiting in the queue. Press, and then they repeatedly select the menus, and then it is very difficult to go into the maybe escalate or join into the agent conversation. And then also there are limited speech recognition. So this is most of the systems, they don't have that kind of advanced speech recognition where the bot can actually understand what you're speaking, not necessarily in English, but a lot of other languages. It can be Malay, it can be Thai, or any other language that you're talking about. Okay, and also it cannot handle multi-channel interactions. So when we are talking about multi-channel interactions, SMS, normal chat bots, we also have like emails and other channels, right? So this is where the traditional systems, though they don't have, they have problems dealing with this kind of functionalities. All right. So let's move to the next section, which is let's introduce our Copilot telephony. All right, what is the Copilot telephony? Why we are here? Why we need it? Okay, so this image is quite familiar with all of you. It's a Microsoft Power Platform image where we have a lot of components. We have the Dataverse, we have the Power Apps, Power BI, Power Pages. There is this Copilot, all right? So this is where the Copilot, this whole telephony is built on top of Copilot, all right? So what is the difference? The difference is Copilot with voice channel, right? So you have a lot of channels present in the Copilot chat. You can also connect with the email as an autonomous agent. You can do a lot of things. You can WhatsApp channel also. You can have a lot of other social channels also coming in. So this telephony is very specific to the voice channel. And it is basically a CCaaS solution. That means contact center as a service. All right. So earlier, the old version was not a CCaaS solution. The new contact center is a CCaaS solution. That means it is not just able to connect to your Dynamics environment, but it can also connect to other systems like ServiceNow. It can connect to Salesforce. It can connect to other applications. All right. And then it can also, it uses in the background, it uses the natural language processing, for your conversations. So whatever you're speaking, it will automatically transcript, all those recordings, the whole recordings. Apart from that, it can connect to a lot of different systems. It can seamlessly connect with your Microsoft systems, Teams, Dynamics 365, and most of the contact center platforms, right? And there are a few other things like it can generate the real-time, it's near real-time transcription. So you can talk in Malay also, and it can generate the transcription. It can translate and generate the transcription for you. You can go back and download it. No? And it can also has the self-service options. Whenever you need to, you can escalate and talk to an agent. All right. So let's go to the next slide. So what is the why we use the Copilot telephony? Yeah, definitely there should be a purpose, right? Why we use it. So basically, the major reason is the customer satisfaction. So when you have a system, you can integrate with any other systems. You can actually personalize. If somebody is calling based on their phone numbers, you can get their information and personalize and give them, so this is your previous introduction. This is what you inquired. Is it related to your earlier order? Is it your Is it your current complaint that of issues that you raised? All this personalization you can do, and also reducing the operational cost. You don't need any of the hardware now, right? So it is completely cloud-based. So everything is you can build the whole system on cloud. And seamless integration definitely with the Microsoft ecosystem, as well as the others CRM systems you can integrate. And it is completely AI-driven, AI-driven, and the routing is intelligent because you can create your whole routing from the Copilot. It is quite easy to do that. And definitely the most important thing is future-proof, because I mean, Microsoft is quite investing a lot in the whole Copilot environment, and you'll get the benefit of it, right? So we have a lot of problems, and we know that why we are going to use the telephony. Now, let's see how we can solve those problems with the telephones, right? So first thing, in the traditional system, they don't have the AI power, but this new system is AI powered, right? So Copilot telephone is AI powered. And it uses the NLP, which is natural language processing, and also speech recognition in the background, as a backend, basically. And it can give you the personalized and context aware. So based on your phone numbers or any information that you're putting in, you will be able to get the user information or the customer information, give the personal experience to that customer. And it is you can build your autonomous agents using the AI-driven flows, and also you can use the FAQs if you want. Let's say the agent, you want the Copilot or the telephony system to automatically retrieve the data, from my FAQ. Let's say, I want to raise a ticket. So there is a FAQ that is present. So it can automatically go to the FAQ, retrieve what are the steps of, and then it can give it back to you. All right. And there are other things like faster call routing and omni-channel. Definitely, it is, as you said, that in the traditional system you cannot, but here you can connect with a lot of channels. Let's move to the next slide, which is the architecture of the whole system. Which is most of our developers, they're actually interested how this whole architecture is working together as a whole. So this is a very high level architecture that where the caller calls in. There is a telephone number, right? There's a telephone number, and then it goes through the Azure, and then finally the Azure, it will be connected to the Copilot bot, and the Copilot bot will try to address all your queries based on your flow design, but if needed, it can transfer the call to the omnichannel. So this is where the omnichannel, if you see at the bottom, the omnichannel and the agent is also sitting there. So any kind of queries, any kind of integration that you do, you can do that via omnichannel. I'll list down the components of this whole system. So these are the basic components. Definitely, there are Power Automate and other integrations APIs that if you need, you can do that. But I'm not going into that direction. I'm just listing out what we need to build this system. First of all, we need a PSTN number, which is a number, and then we need the Azure Communication Services and event grid. So these two are very vital because all the communication networks, everything will be logged into the Azure. All right. So whenever you're speaking, the network events, everything will be logged in Azure. Then we have our Copilot. So we need the Copilot with voice channel. We have to configure it under the Copilot Studio. And then the omni-channel, we need it for Copilot. It can, so if it is a voice channel, you need to connect to an agent for escalation, right? That is where the omni-channel comes into the picture. Omni-channel is nothing but within the CRM, the contact center is basically the omni-channel. All right, so where the agent and supervisors, they can actually monitor how many calls are going on, how many calls are disconnected, abandoned, waiting, all those things they can monitor from there. Okay, and then at the end of the call, at the end of the conversation, we can get the feedback, and definitely the CRM integrations is all there. Okay.
Palash, one thing, right? The first thing you mentioned, ISP or Azure. So the ISP call also can be used, or Azure calls can be used. Both the scenarios we can use it.
You can get the number from the Azure, and you can also get the number
from any ISP,
from any service providers.
Any limitations for any countries, regions which we can't do?
There are regulatory limitations.
So actually how it works in Singapore, for example, you can get the PSTN number from Syntel, startup also, they provide. So PSTN will talk to session border control, SBC. Okay, SBC will be there in between layer. SBC will talk to Edge, your SBC Edge, right? Azure Edge. Then it will Microsoft's play. Okay. It's all about, this is how it is.
Thanks.
Yes.
So plus here Copilot, you are saying Copilot telephony. Is it different from standard Microsoft Dynamics 365 contact center, or it is same? It's the same, right?
Yep, correct.
Is there any top up? No. Any customization?
No need unless you required.
Out of the box, basically.
Yeah, you can go with the out of box.
Only I think there may be requirement. Let's say nowadays it started, right? Authentication. People will go through first authenticate, then I will talk to you. Let's say you want to add first SyncPass or Corpass. Authenticate me, then I will know this person is really talking to me. Let's say you are talking with generic agent, and when you want to talk something personal, you have to authenticate. Nowadays also in bank also you are getting, right? Authenticate through OTP, then it will be transferred.
Yep.
So that kind of thing I believe you have to customize for sure.
All right, I'll take the questions a little later because we're really running out of time.
Yeah.
So let's do a market analysis of some of the big players, right? So as of now, there are a few big players in the market. So who provides this kind of CCaaS, which is contact center as a service telephony, and they are quite famous in the market. So like Five9, Genesys, and RingCentral. So these are quite big companies in their market. So they offer a wide variety of integrations with various systems. For example, like Five9, they also have cloud-based contact center. They have the omni-channel communications. They can contact with a lot of platforms, Salesforce, Oracle's, Zendesk, and all. Genesys is also there. It is quite, I think, a lot of people heard about Genesys. So they are very, they have a lot of functionalities, communications, video, email, all those they have. And they also have a lot of, they offer advanced analytics along with their solution. RingCentral is also there. They also offer almost same kind of service. They also have integrations with Slack, Microsoft 365, and other set of platforms. So it's approximately $6 billion market. By 2033, it is going to be doubled than what we have now, right? Okay, so whenever you are actually building the Copilot or any IVS systems, what are the things that you have to consider? So first thing is integrations. Definitely you have to think about your existing stack of systems, and then how you can integrate with the platform. The Microsoft solution, definitely it is the Microsoft telephony. It will be seamlessly integrated with the Microsoft ecosystem if you have, right? However, it can be integrated with other platforms. So features, you have to look into the features, what kind of features they are offering. All right, so it's only channel features, whether there is a personalized or communication channels, all those you have to think about before you choose any system. Okay, so and then you have to think about the scalability. Scalability is important because if it is a cloud-based, you can scale up. You can add more supervisors. You can add more agents to it. Gradually your database will grow. So you have a lot of recordings, transcriptions, as and when you can scale up, right? And the pricing is also a big factor because depending on the different pricing and your system, the existing systems, you will decide what system that you want to go for. Okay. So every providers or every company, they have features or feature-based pricing structure, I would say. Okay, so that's what we have to look for before we implement the telephony, right? So let's see the licensing, what we need, because licensing is a very key things for implementing this telephony system, right? So in order to implement the whole contact center telephony, you need these licenses in place. Otherwise, it will not work. All right. So first of all, you need the customer service enterprise. Then contact center add-on for voice. There is also a license which is together. It's cheaper, like customer service enterprise plus contact center for voice together as a contact center premium license. So you can buy it at a lower price. But if you already have a license for some of the staffs, and then you can just top it up with the voice license. You can top it up with the contact center add-on for voice license. And then you need the Azure Communication Services subscription, because that is where all the network traces, everything will be stored. Okay. And then additionally, you need the file storage. There are a few more subscriptions that will be counted as part of your pricing. And I mean, at the end of the day, when you get the billing, from Microsoft, these things will be counted, like customer service call intelligence. It comes with a block of 500 minutes. All right, so that will be counted as your billing. I'll take all the questions at the end of the session, so no need to worry about that. Then I'll directly go into the demo part. All right, so I'll go through the slide first. So what we are going to follow as part of the demo. So if you want, you can go in and try the contact center. It is you can create a trial from this link. Try it for free. You will get a trial instance where you will also get a phone number. Okay, so in order to build your own Copilot telephony, you need this particular agent under the Copilot, which is the voice channel. See, an agent with voice capabilities. All right, so we have a lot of others, but this one is, we need the voice channel, right? And then the moment you create the agent with the voice channel, you will get all these functionalities, like you will see the voice on the left side under the settings section. All right, so here you can see a lot of voice features that you want to turn on or turn off based on your requirement. Correct. It can also allow you to tune the frequency of the voice, that the person is saying. The pitch of the voice, you can also control it, right? So whether it's high pitch or low pitch, all this you can control. So this is where the moment you go into the topic section, there will be main menus are based on your flows, right? How you design the flows, you can actually enable the TTMF for the option. And under that, you can put all your options like, press 1 for this, press 2 for this, press 4, and so on, like that. It can also allow you to go back to the previous menu. So for example, like if I press a 0 to repeat, so it can also repeat the same menus, maybe your whole menu that you're building. At some point of time, you can allow the customer to go back to the first menu. It is also possible. All right. You see on the right side, there is a small section like, it can repeat up to 2 times. And then if it doesn't get any response, it can actually allow you to set what message will be there. Okay. So once you are done with the agent or the bot, you can actually connect the bot from the contact center admin center. Okay, so this is the bot on the left side, and then you can connect that particular bot into your admin center. That's where the omni-channel connection comes into the picture. You can now you're ready for the agent transfer. Okay. So in today's demo, I'm not going to, because this is I have a trial instance, but this is in reality, if you have the Azure Communication Services, you will get to see your phone numbers here under the Azure, and you will see the billings, $2 per month. It's a US number in the screenshot. Don't dial in, these are real numbers. Okay. All right, so moving to the next one. So this is basically a work stream. So what we do is, under the omni-channel or the contact center, you can actually have your, the moment you create a trial instance, you can, you will get a phone number. It's a trial phone number just for 60 minutes. So if you want to showcase a demo to the customer, you can do that for 60 minutes. After 60 minutes, you will not be able to, it will be removed, the phone number will be removed. But you can use that phone number, you can, right? And once you buy the phone number, you can also call outside. So this is a trial number. It can configure for incoming. But if you buy a real number, you can do the outgoing calls as well from the contact center. Okay. On the right side, if you see on the right side, we have the bot. So this is where the bot will be connected. So the moment we connect the bot, we include the bot, the voice bot into the omni-channel. Then we need to add that bot into the work stream. It is very important because if you see on the right side, there is a channel is voice channel, type is voice, and then at the bottom, you have to include that particular bot. Right? Okay, so and then we also have the queues. Queues are basically important because in order to yeah, so you can configure the queues.
You can see. Yes. Yes.
Right. Thank you. So queues are very important because all the routing rules that you can configure based on the queues. So if let's say you can in this whole voice agent, you can configure the skills, and based on the certain skills, you can route the call to certain agents. Agents can also be configured with these skills. So you are configuring your bot with the skill that for this option, these skills are required, and then routing those calls to only those agents who have those skills. So that is where this routing and the queues are important. All right. Going to the next one, which is the behavior. So under the work stream, we have the behavior like whether you want to inform or notify the customers about the wait time, how long that the person will have to wait based on the current queues. Let's say there are 10 people in the queues, and then how long they will have to wait based on a average calculation. It can notify the queue number and average wait time. It can also do the transcription and recording. If you see that the transcription is on, start automatic, allow agents to pause and resume the call when the agent is connected, and at certain point of time, if you want to enable or disable your the voice bot, for example, like maybe your agents are working only from 9 a.m. to 6 p.m. After that, no agents are there. So you can set up the operating hours into the work stream that, after this, they will get an automated message that there are no agents available now. So all those, you can do that. This is where you can configure the overflow handling. So let's say if a person actually wait for more than 30 minutes. It is quite annoying, right? A person is waiting for 30 minutes and then did not get a chance to connect to a live agent. So it is better to disconnect and inform the person that, so you can actually end the call after a certain time. And also if the person is queue in the exit, let's say, so they will get a direct call back. And you can configure multiple queues and add agents to multiple queues. So maybe an agent may not be part of all the queues, right? This is the when you receive the call, this is how it will look like. So you will see the notification panel on the left side, and you will see all the transcription, and then at the center you will get this customer, whether there will be any cases. You can create the cases, and then the company informations and interactions, timelines, all those you can see it. This is a very small screenshot on the middle, which is called recording. If you see the past recording, all the recordings will be stored in your database file storage. So you can go back to the conversation and open the conversation. You will see that whatever, starting from the joining the call to the call ends, you can see the whole recording. You can hear it. Okay, you can also download the audio. Now, this is the analytics. This is basically, there are two types of analytics that are present in the contact center, which is real time, and also the historical analytics. So real time is the real time what is going on. So incoming call in the conversation in the queues, all those, which is you can think of like what could happen in a real contact center, right? Those the supervisors, they will be able to see what is going on, average handle time. There are a lot of things in this analytics. So the FAQ. Before I go to the FAQ, I'll show you one demo, like how we can actually Right. So this is our trial environment. What we have here is, I will go to the Copilot. So this is our Copilot, right? There are a few things. If you don't need it, you can disable it. For example, like these are some sample topics that were there. You can disable it. I just need the main menus. Under the main menus, I configured I have to keep it as DDMF enabled. Otherwise, the key placing of this will not work. And then I have to put up all the options. After that, I design my the whole tree. Like if it is, if I select this option, there will be a message. If I select this third option, which is speak to an agent, right, it will transfer this call to, to an agent, right? And if there is any other question, right? So if let's say there is the customer wants to repeat the mailing, so from here, if the select this option, it can actually go back to this question, menu again. So this is how you can design your Copilot agent. Definitely in real life, the tree will be more complex. You have to design in that way. You plan it, and then you design your menu or the whole tree structure. And then under this, so this is the Copilot voice agent. If I go here, I will be able to see my bot. If you don't see your bot, that means it is not connected to the omnichannel. All right, so you have to click on add, and then you can connect an existing bot from here. All right, so I'll be able to see all the available voice bots, or or any other bots basically. All right. We have this. All right. So generally, when you in the real life scenario, you will not get all these channels because this is a trial environment. Based on your subscription only, you'll be able to configure it. For example, if you want to go with the chat, only the chat, you'll only get the chat. The voice will not be enabled. Okay. So if you want to configure your channel, you have to configure from here in the actual project of implementation. After that, you have all your queues here. You can create the queues and you can configure it. So there are a lot of queues. You can create those queues. I'll go to the work stream. All right, so this is our work stream. So under the work stream, we have a file phone number. So you can see that the moment I click on it, I can change the phone number. So different. If I have multiple phone numbers, I can configure with multiple bots. Okay, so not necessarily I have one bot. I can have multiple bots for different phone numbers, right? And then I can configure the agent. Language. It is for now. I think a few languages supported. So you have to go through the list of all the languages in the Microsoft, learning or the links. So there you can see the supported languages. Still, there are some improvements going on for some of the regional languages, but majority of the languages are already supported there. You can control the behaviors. So this is where the wait time, transcriptions, whether there will be any kind of consultation, or whether there will be any kind of post call survey. So let's say the call is disconnected. You want to conduct a survey from the customer, right? It's very important to get the feedback. How was the experience of it? So this is why you can configure. This is another bot, but in the bot, it just captures the feedback. It doesn't do anything else. All right. So this is what our setup is. And here we have, you can configure all the routing rules. And you see, this is where we have the connection of the, so this work stream is basically, when we create the work stream, it must be enabled for voice. So depending on the different channels, if you have chat, it has to be chat. You know, if it is voice, it has to be voice, right? So here we have added the bot. Okay, if you want to delete, you can delete. You can connect another bot. All right, the same work stream, it can be connected, you know, to one bot, but you can remove, add and remove, and create another bot. You know. Right. So let's have a call and see how it responds to this. Okay, so I will call from Skype. So this is basically a number, the US number that we have here. Sorry. This is the number. We are going to call the number from the Skype. But I can also call from my mobile. So this is a US number. I can call from Skype. So wait a second. I have to. Maybe all here. One, 8, 5, 5, 6, 7, 9, 8, 0, 5, 5. Are you all here?
Please note that some responses are generated by AI and may require verification. Today, the options carefully. Press 1 for store hours, press 2 for inquiries, and press 3 to speak to an agent. We didn't get your response. Try again. You can press 1 or say store hours, press 2 or say inquiries.
Speak to an agent. All right, so I didn't even press the button here. Okay, so I just say speak to an agent. It automatically recognize my voice. Then it will be connected. So I'll get a call, notification in my system. All right. So I'm going to lower the voice and then I'll. So as and when, show the transcription. Yeah, if you see that whatever I'm saying, it is actually recording here, right? So this whole thing is basically going on, and then this recording will be stored somewhere. So there are a few functionalities here. For example, like I can transfer the call to another agent, available agent, right? I can also consult. I can hold it. I can mute it. All this I can do as as an agent. Okay. So at the end of the conversation, I can end it, and then I will also get time to wrap up the call. That means it's not just going away, right? So once the call is ended, I can wrap up the conversation. I can capture more of the details. Like I can add note. I can do a follow-up call if required. Right. So with this, I'm going to end the conversation, and then I'll end it from here. You see, there is one more voice. Still, it is not ended. So this goes to the customer satisfaction. So
So we can make the experience even better. How would you rate the overall quality of our customer service? You can say 1, 2, 3, 4, or 5.
I press 5.
How would you rate the overall quality of our customer service? You can say 1, 2, 3, 4, or 5.
5.
Would you like to tell us more about your experience? You can say yes or no. I'm done.
No.
Thank you for sharing your feedback.
So done. So that's the whole conversation. You can see I got the call. First I land to the co-pilot, then it is transferred to back to the contact center where I attended the call. I got the call and then it goes to the feedback. It captures the feedback and then it is ended. All right, so the whole cycle is basically there. Now this is, the call is ended, but this is where the wrap-up time starts. If you see here, the wrap-up time, and also there is a sentiment analysis. So based on the conversation of the transcription, the system will automatically detect how is the sentiment of the customer, whether it's a positive, negative, or neutral. So if it doesn't find any keywords, specific keywords of the sentiments, it will say neutral. Right? And once I close this one, I cannot modify again. That's why the wrap-up comes into the picture. So at this point of time, it is still open. I can add some more. I can add timelines. I can link it to. I can add some more notes. I can do all those things. Once it is ended, that means once I close this one, I cannot do anything else. All right. So I close this one and then I'll go back and see the conversations. Okay, so this is where you see I cannot do anything else. But now so then I can play the recording as well. So if I want to play, I think we can actually play the whole voice. Okay? And you can also configure a lot of things based on the requirement. If you want to see the analytics, there is analytics here. You see real-time analytics and also historical analytics. You can do that. So if you click on the real-time analytics, it will go something went down. Sorry, this is the trial environment, so sometimes it happens. Okay. So this is the historical analytics. So you can see what has been going on for the last 30 days or 2 months or whatever the duration that we have. See incoming conversation, engaged conversation. So the whole thing is basically majorly focused on the supervisor because they want to monitor the whole conversations. All right. So I think with this, I'll go back to my slide, and then I'll talk about the FAQs. So the first question is, can I buy a number from Microsoft? Yes, you can buy, but for Singapore, still not there yet because of the regulatory restrictions. So Microsoft didn't get the regulatory approvals yet. So it is there, but not yet. So second question is regulatory. Yes, every country has regulatory requirement. It has to meet that. Otherwise, even if you get a number, it will not work. Right? So this is the third question is Singapore number. For now, no. If now there is a queue, so a lot of customers, a lot of clients, they actually have this, whether the queue positions, whether they are disconnected, all this, it is possible. You can capture the post-conversation feedback, yes. and you can configure it under the work stream. And because it's a for majority of the contact center, we are bothered about the space and all this. So the question is, where does the recording goes? It is stored under the file storage, under the database. Yes. All right. So with this, I will take up the questions. If you have